And as I said, guys, today we are covering all the event leaks that we have. And there actually is a decent amount of things that we can talk about, kind of speculate about, and a couple of other things. So first things first, let's talk about the Cattus event. Now, we've covered this previously, and the Cattus event doesn't have very many specific details. The Cattus event is obviously the polar peak monster, whatever that was going to be. Initial thought it was going to be some form of a Godzilla promotion. Didn't end up being that. Then after this update, the monster has now left. Now the funny thing about this, and I want you guys to know, is that the monster has taken the castle with it. As you guys can see, there isn't really any actual ruins anywhere along the trail. There's actually just the footprints, and the castle itself, the main castle, is gone. So we know that it's still existing, and why this little image here on your right hand side, this little video that's going, is a portion of that video. It's some sort of an emergence, right? Like it looks like some sort of like whirlpool that's happening as something is coming out of it. Now we don't actually have the textures for the actual monster itself, and when those get leaked, obviously I will be here to cover them for you. But I think that, and this is just a thought that was thrown into the Reddit, is that potentially we could be seeing the monster just kind of going around the map, and it'll have the castle on top of it, and people could just watch it go. Pretty much that's it. And then it's just going to be an active event until it actually decides to emerge. Now, what it's waiting on, we're not really sure, and why there wasn't really an event, like actual event that happened to really get us to this point, we're not really sure either. It would have been awesome if they could have maybe coded in some way for it to actually break off in-game and then walk into the ocean. But we know now that it's currently in the ocean. Now, our next little leak here is going to be for the Horde mode, which we talked about yesterday, and obviously it has to do with the Cube Fiends. And the description states, Fortnite Fiends are back on the island and angrier than ever. Fight alongside your teammates to rack up your score by finding hidden score multipliers, opening special loot chests, and eliminating as many monsters as you can. Traverse across the map, survive all of the defend locations, and take down the final boss to win. Very interesting, and I think this goes hand in hand with our Horde challenges, which we covered yesterday. In yesterday's video, if you guys haven't seen that, I will leave a link for that at the end of this video. And I think those go hand in hand. Here are the Horde challenges again, just so you guys can get an idea of what those are. Obviously, the Fiends are going to come back. They're going to come in this mash-up LTM. Is what it seems like, but this LTM is going to be a little bit different than most of the LTMs that we've had so far. It's not going to be like the standard one that we had when the Polar Peak event happened with the Ice King, and then we get the, Cube Fiend Ice versions of them. Like, I think it's going to be a little bit different than that, and I think they're going to try and make it so that it's a lot more fun for people instead of just throwing Fiends into the vanilla modes. Like, no one really enjoys that at all, and it tends to be extremely annoying. The fact that they've done it 3 times now makes it even more annoying. However, we do have something interesting, which is why I wanted to talk about this, is that for some reason there's something in the coding for a zombie surviving LTM, which could be the MASH LTM, and it lists the player count, max players, at 4. As in, it could potentially be some form of a Call of Duty Zombies style experience, which would be super, super cool. I think there's a good chance that something like that could happen, and obviously, Epic is going to push boundaries in terms of what they can do with LTM. Obviously, a lot of the LTMs we had so far have been incredible, and they honestly are just going to continue to get better and better. So it makes sense for them to try and iterate some form of like 4-player, go in with your squad, go and defend these areas, kind of similar to kind of like a Save the World kind of thing. So maybe even a way to kind of build those players into the Save the World base and start to get more people to purchase it, because it was supposed to go free to play. Okay, everyone forgot about that, but it was supposed to go free to play. It never happened. So maybe they're still trying to make that push for people to really pick up Save the World and really get into it. Maybe even get some of those last minute sales before it actually does switch over to free to play, but we're not sure how that's going to go. Now, our last piece of information here is going to be Gemini challenges. Now, I know I've talked about Gemini multiple times. Actually, I have 2 more pieces of information. I apologize for that. I know I've talked about Gemini a lot, but I, for some reason, have never seen these challenges, and all of a sudden they just popped up on my feed. I'm like, okay, well, cool. Like, I made this whole theory about there being some form of like a challenges when Tilted goes dark. Like, that was my theory. I was like, Tilted's gonna go dark eventually, and we're gonna have this challenges, and potentially Gemini is gonna be a challenge skin. Now, the funny thing about Gemini is that Gemini actually has left the coding now, which isn't fair. I'm mad. I'm actually really unhappy because I really want it to come to the game. Come to the game so we can have you. But the Gemini challenges show that there seems to be, different types of awards that you can get. Obviously, there's a backbling there, and I guess the first one would be the selectable style, and then outlast opponents play matches, gain 20,000 XP. That's a lot. That's like almost like a season skin. So it could be a skin for next season. It could be a skin for this season. We're just not really sure where that's going to go. Now, the last little piece of information I have here for you guys is a new grenade launcher type. Now, I don't think I have a legitimate description for it for you guys, unfortunately. However, we do get a general idea of what it looks like, and it kind of looks like something where, you know, maybe it potentially, you can aim it at people and it kind of sticks to them. Like, it's a much more accurate version of the grenade launcher. So maybe they get rid of the other grenade launcher. Could be a potential thing that comes to the game. Who knows? I think people were saying damage is around 75 per hit. I think that's what I saw. I don't want to be wrong about that, so I'm not going to lead you guys on. And you do have a bunch of a bunch of sound files for this weapon, which I'm not going to play personally. I don't think that's worth playing them. Like, you guys will get the taste of the item when it comes to the game, but I don't think there's any other major descriptions in terms of the damage. So there's definitely a weapon we're going to see coming to the game relatively soon, but that's it. That's all I have for you guys. It is a proximity grenade launcher, just so you guys know. I guess that's the official name of it. But that's it, guys. That's all I got for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, sub, share around for more leaks, fort bits, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys later. Also, last little plug here. Check out my boy Ymir. He's making some awesome music. He's done our outro music for the last, however many months. And honestly, go show him some love, guys. He's really working hard, trying to put out some new music. His new track is amazing, and it is our new outro song. So I'll let that run, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.